Okay, we're ready? Okay, welcome everyone. We just left non-public session. While in non-public, no votes were taken. We discussed a personnel issue. We also discussed evaluations. So the first item on our agenda is we're going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wow, welcome. If the board is okay, I'd like to skip to our presentations because we have so many visitors. We have a agenda review and public comments, if that's okay with people. I don't know if anybody needed to make a public comment, if we can wait and do our presentations. All righty, so welcome. We have students here to do a presentation on Boys on the Run. Yes, would you like to all come on up?
All right, guys, come on. All right, thank you so much. All right, we'll stand right over here. And then, actually, let's move out of the way so people can see the presentation. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Mrs. Blum, do you want to come up and join us too? You're going to introduce me. I am. Okay, so my name is Mrs. Blackington, Natalie Blackington. I'm the elementary dean of students, and I am really excited to share with you guys this project that these students have come up with called Boys on the Run. It was inspired by a club that we have for elementary school students currently called Girls on the Run, and they went to Mrs. Blum, and she'll share more about that, and said, hey, we want to have a Boys on the Run. We want to do something like that too. They have put together this presentation. They have written this script. This is all of their hard work, and they want to start this club. So that's what we're going to share with you tonight. I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Blum, who will talk a little bit about how we got here, and then we'll introduce the stars of the show.
So I've done Girls on the Run for the past couple of years. We did it last spring, which it really didn't work out because of softball and baseball, so there wasn't a lot of room, and it took away from the curriculum. So the boys then said, well, what about us? And I said, okay, well, told them to put this together, which they did. But it's less of a curriculum. We'll go up, we'll play games, a lot of running, also kid choice where they can tell other kids on what to do, coaching them a little bit, right? Okay, so that's where we came up with Boys on the Run and where it would fit into the spring, because Girls on the Run will not fit in the spring.
Okay, so we're really excited to introduce them, but we're going to let them introduce ourselves. So we're going to go in order. You ready? Introduce yourself first and last name.
I'm Levi Tremblay. Miles Stanton. Piper Rao.
Good. All right. So, Mr. Seward, if you could, and I want to give acknowledge while Mr. Seward goes to the next slide. Another student, George Copeland, couldn't be here tonight, but he also helped a lot with this too, so we want to just give him a shout out. All right, without further ado, take it away, Miles.
We want people to love running activities. Running makes our legs stronger, helps you with other sports, and because if they love running, they can go running wherever they are. You can run at home, on vacation, on the road, on a trail in the woods, and in so many more places. You can run in any weather, like the snow, rain, or sun.
We want people to have more stamina, because if you go running and you don't have stamina, you can't run as well. We want to increase our fitness, because fitness keeps our bodies healthy. Also, if you do running sports, our stamina helps you do better. This club will train all of us how to run safely.
We want to challenge ourselves by running longer distances. Challenging yourself is a good goal to have. If you have a goal, you want to reach it. When we run more, we still get faster and faster and try to beat our time. Also, teamwork is important. If you work as a team, you can get things done faster, build friendship, and be a better you.
We will have fun with our friends when we are running. and do fun activities along the way while getting better at running. Having Mrs. Blum help us have a good time too. We will do some challenges together as a group, which will be fun for all of us.
Our club proposal is to have the club start in April and to run every Tuesday and Thursday. We want to use the track up at the National Guard as well as run around outside the school. We want to have students in grades 2nd to 4th grade and hope that 15 to 20 students will be in the club. Mrs. Blum and other coaches are going to be our advisors, and they are going to help us with the club.
My uncle owns a company called Outbound.com, and they are offered to sponsor the t-shirts and the entry fees to the race. For 15 students, we are hoping the club can be approved so we can do all these awesome things. Thank you for listening. Do you have any questions for us?
Good job. You gave us so much information. You told us how many kids you want in the group, right? You already have fundraising ideas. Someone's going to sponsor you. And you told us where you're going to run and what adults are going to be working with you. That's a lot of information. Thank you. I don't know if anybody else has any questions.
You guys are all set. It sounds like you
Yeah.
guys are
So
already.
the race will be, I believe it's May 31st, a Saturday. It's the Bow Lake race. So we'll be here in town as well. I think that's all I had to say.
Yeah, that's their culminating event, and the whole point of it is really to just have a good time. I can't express how proud I am of these kids. I hope you feel proud of yourselves. You worked very hard on this, and they got some little certificates before we came in for being future leaders.
Oh, that is
So there is a club called Let Me Run, very similar to Girls on the Run, but it doesn't pay for anything. So I don't know what we're paying the money for. So that's why we decided to go this route and see how many kids are interested. But the Let Me Run Club, you have to pay, I believe it's for like the curriculum part, but it doesn't pay for the 5K. It doesn't pay for like t-shirts or the water bottles that they get. So I didn't know, I have to look further into it if we continue this next year to see what it really entails and to see how many kids are really involved.
great. And I know some of you probably play basketball and maybe some soccer players, and this will really help you with that sport as well.
And it will help with academics,
Yes.
right? It will
Yes.
help you be able to
Focusing,
focus better.
Yes.
I have a question. Are you guys all fast runners?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get faster for the race?
Probably.
Nice. I like it.
Awesome.
So Madam Chair, would you like to give them the excitement of hearing the board vote in favor of this?
Absolutely. Okay, do we have a motion to approve the club Boys on the Run at Strafford School?
I move we approve the Boys on the Run Club for Strafford School as presented in this presentation.
Okay, do we have a second?
I will second.
Discussion.
I think it's great.
Is Mrs. Blum the only advisor, or there's?
No, Mr. Zacco and Mrs. Goot also said that they would be helping as well. So the three of us will be going up with them. They'll have snack in my classroom. Then we'll walk up and we'll do some stretching exercises and show them what to do correctly. Not me. But Mr. Zacco and Mrs. Goot. And play some games with like running games and tag and things like that. So it's not just run, but a lot of fun in building relationships with each other.
And just to refresh the board's memory, Ms. Goot is our health teacher, so it makes a lot of sense for her to be involved in this.
Mhm.
I guess my only other question would be: are there stipends for advisors for other clubs, and I feel like we should address that for this club.
It wasn't discussed.
Yeah, okay, so for this, we're starting this right now.
We're starting in April. Yep.
Okay, so we're all set for this year?
Yep.
Okay, so we can look forward to next year, looking into maybe,
Yeah, so this year we are volunteering our time just
Okay.
because we knew it was so late, which is fine.
But yeah.
But they were so excited about it that we had to do it.
No,
Thank you for
well,
doing
thank you.
that.
I appreciate that.
anybody else?
Putting everything together. You guys did great.
Yeah, fantastic job. Good job going out and
Say
getting the
thank you.
sponsor even. Congratulations.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna vote.
We're gonna
Here
vote.
we go. Let's see. If we get all the yeses. Okay, Katrina.
Yes.
Eric.
Yes.
Jess. Kyle.
Yes.
And Debbie, yes.
You did it!
Thank you very much.
Good job, guys. It's great.
Okay, and next we have another group, right? So I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna stay where I'm seated here. Next we have the New York City field trip update. Do we have another presentation?
Yes, we do.
Come on up.
Here we go. That's a tough act.
Just be careful of the cords.
So I'm only going to take a couple of minutes and then I'm going to turn it over to the boys. So we're very excited to kind of give you guys an overview of our 8th grade trip to New York City. Yes, I am. I got you. So again, I'm Jeff Merrill. I'm the middle school dean of students. We also have Rich Redmond and Kendra Dakota, the 8th grade advisors. And I'm going to let the boys introduce themselves and get the presentation going. Okay, go ahead, guys.
My name is John,
I'm Wyatt. I'm Cameron Brands.
and we will be presenting our New York trip. Thank you for inviting us to come tonight. Our first stop is the Central Park Zoo. We'll see animals from all over the world and learn about their habitats. It's like stepping into a living science book. Don't forget to check out the interactive exhibits.
Next, we will head to Madame Tussauds. Here can meet lifelike wax figures of famous people from history and pop culture. It's perfect for taking fun selfies and learning about inspiring figures.
For dinner, we'll be experiencing Owen Stardust Diner, where the waitstaff sings Broadway hits while serving us. It's like having dinner at a live concert.
Times Square is iconic. We'll see the bright lights, massive billboards, and the buzzing New York City energy. Plus, we'll visit the New York gift shop to grab souvenirs to remember this amazing trip.
On day 2, we visit the Statue of Liberty. It's a symbol of freedom and democracy. We'll learn about its history and enjoy breathtaking views of New York City from the harbor.
Next, we'll explore Ellis Island, where millions of immigrants first arrived in New York. We'll learn about their stories and even connect to our own family's histories.
Our guided tour of Lower Manhattan includes famous landmarks like the Wall Street Bowl and the 9/11 Memorial Grounds. It's a chance to learn about New York City's history and culture firsthand.
Dinner in Little Italy is going to be delicious. We'll enjoy authentic Italian food while learning about the rich cultural traditions of this iconic New York City neighborhood.
In the evening, we'll watch Wicked on Broadway. It's a magical story about friendship and finding yourself, with amazing music and visuals. It's perfect for 8th graders.
On day 3, we'll visit the 9/11 Museum. It's a powerful experience that teaches us about history, resilience, and the importance of empathy and unity.
Our last stop is the Museum of Natural History. From dinosaurs to space exploration, we'll explore the wonders of science and discover new ideas.
Thank you for listening to our presentation. We are very excited about the opportunity to travel to New York with our peers and teachers who are coming with us.
Thank you. Okay, can we ask you some questions?
Yes.
Okay. When would you leave? What dates?
The May 5th.
May 5th to the 7th is this trip.
So that's, the weather should be nice, right, to walk around New York. Anybody else have some questions?
I assume you guys have been doing some fundraising. What are some of the fundraising efforts you guys have done or plan to do?
Generally,
Yeah.
So we've done the concessions at basketball and soccer games, the school dances. We did the popcorn fundraiser in the winter before Christmas, and then we've also done
Carnation fundraiser for Valentine's Day.
And then half day every Friday.
Oh, I know, I always forget that one.
that's right. I'm like half day.
Don't forget
Yes.
the blankets as well.
Yeah, great. So you must have raised a lot of money so far.
Yes.
Great, great. Anybody else have any questions? Well, this is wonderful. Thank you. Have a wonderful, safe trip. Lots of memories. I hope we get to see pictures.
Oh, yes.
Unlike the last group, they've already approved you guys. They approved you back in, I think it was October, so you're not gonna hear that little Portsmouth.
Yes,
That's
we
the
already
invite. This was just to bring them up to speed so they knew what the road trip would look like, so thank you guys.
Well, thank you
Wonderful.
very much.
Yes,
Good
thank
job,
you so much.
That's so much fun.
Absolutely, thank you. Wonderful job.
Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great job. Okay. And we will see, and Natalie and Jeff, you're gonna be there on Saturday with us,
Yes, we
right?
are.
Yes,
We're excited.
yes.
We're trying to get a haircut before.
Okay.
I already got my hair done.
I'm going, hippie.
Oh, that's great. Oh, wonderful. Okay, thank you so much. That was really a pleasure. It's nice.
I love it.
Really. Those kids, they're very brave. Really. Okay.
And fast.
Yes. All right, agenda review. Is there anything we need to change? I know we may be adding, we have to add another non-public at the end of the meeting. So that is, that's one thing we'll add to the end of the meeting. Anything else for the agenda that needs to be changed? No? Okay. Public comments open up at 7:19. We have no public because our public just left. Okay. All righty, we'll leave it open anyway for 30 minutes. Okay? All righty, next, we have our presentations, approval of the school board minutes 1:29 and 2:12.
129 is the annual budget hearing, and then the meeting that took place afterwards. There was no non-public on that.
Okay, can we have a motion?
So I move we approve the meeting minutes from our January 29th budget hearing and the school board meeting directly following the budget hearing.
Okay, do we have a second?
I will second.
Okay, discussion. These look really good. I have just names that need to be corrected on line 25. Mindy Bouvier. How do you spell Bouvier?
B-U-B-I-E-R.
It's B-U-B. B-U-B-I-E-R. And Auger is, I believe, A-U-G-E-R, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And it's Phil. It's Phil Auger. Okay. Other than that, I thought they looked very good. Yeah, I have something I can't see. Where's that? Oh, I know that. I do have a question.
Line number?
Line 116. Did the technology actually go up to 176,000? Was that the increase? I guess that was in the budget row. I just 56,000 qualified for the E-rate reimbursement.
Technologies, it's up $27,243. I think the 276 is the entire line.
Yeah, so I don't think it rose, so it went up
27,243.
27,243. Yeah. Okay.
So rose by that number.
Recording in progress.
Okay. All right. Anybody say anything else?
We're doing the other set, right?
Yeah.
As well, okay.
You didn't make the motion for the 12th, you just did the 29th, right?
Just the two meetings on the
Right.
29th.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we're all set with those? Yes, okay. So Eric,
Yes.
Jess?
Yes.
Katrina?
Yes.
Kyle, and Debbie, yes. Okay, so now we need a motion for the February 12th.
So non-public and a public.
I move we approve the non-public and public meeting minutes from February 12th, 2025.
Okay, do we have a second?
I will second.
All right, discussion. I didn't see anything there.
Yeah, I thought this one looked good.
Okay, all right. Katrina?
Yes.
Eric?
Yes.
Jess? Kyle?
Yes.
And Debbie, yes. Okay, see, that was a perfect.
Nice job.
All righty. Okay. Next, we have informational, the school board communication website. So we did talk about that. We're going to have Rob, we tried to create a tutorial video during a work session today, and we had some glitches with technology. So we're going to have the superintendent create a tutorial for our school board website. We've had several parents, community members tell us that they couldn't find minutes. I've had many people ask, where's the budget? Where are the warrant articles? And so we're trying to show that we have a lot of information on that website. And so we're hoping to get that tutorial ready, and we'll have that on our Facebook page maybe, and then we're going to hopefully share it at the district meeting, have it run at the beginning of the meeting so that people can see the information. And sort of to go along with that, I put together some notes, and Rob did a really nice job formatting. Where is that page where you format?
24.
Oh, 24, okay. Yeah. This again addresses a lot of the things we've been hearing, where people not knowing that, where we have all of our information. So if the board, I put some things together, then Rob actually reformatted, and he added chain of command information and actually the nice beginning and ending. So it was a collaborative work, the two of us. So I wanted to see how the board feels about this. If there's any corrections, or if there's anything you want to change, or any feedback. It's just to get this information out there again, where people will know where to find our information, how we try to get feedback and communicate, and then also the chain of command for communication. We always want people to, go to the classroom teacher first, then to the dean, and the principal or superintendent, and then finally, the board's the last stop for things like that. And just like teachers too, it goes the same way. The teachers would go to the dean, and probably to their union rep, and then to the superintendent before coming to the board. So the board is the final really step for communication when it comes to particular issues. But is there anything that you see in here that you want changed?
I was just thinking maybe like for the posted agenda and the board packet, just to say on the school board website or
Okay.
something like that. It says they're posted, but just to say.
In advance on the school board website, that's perfect, on the school board. Yeah, website, okay.
Where are the physical locations we post those? Would that be worth putting in there too?
So we post in the SAU, the school, and then I send emails to the library and to the town hall. Whether or not they post them is their discretion. I usually get responses back saying posted, or we all done, or something like that. So they do regularly get up there.
So we could put,
Actually, we don't post the agenda there, we post the.
Just
Oh,
the-
just
the
the-
meeting- The meeting,
just-
the meeting.
Right, yeah.
Just the
Okay,
meeting.
just to
yeah,
notice.
so
it.
that the
Yeah,
agenda's just
okay.
on the
The
website.
agenda would just be on the website.
Right.
Is there anything else that you see that you want more clarification? Obviously, if we're pairing this with the tutorial, they'll be able to see where we have listed like the meetings and,
Should we, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. Should we add the actual website address and the email address on here somewhere?
oh,
So that we
good,
actually have
okay.
the information?
Where would we, how about, communication, we definitely would put, where would we put that? Well, the Strafford
one you
School
could
Board,
do.
we could actually put it underneath at the bottom, underneath Strafford School
Yeah,
Board.
that's fine, part of the signature.
And,
Okay. Or school board email out under that. Okay.
and our website could be, maybe on the first place, all meeting agendas are posted in advance on the website, and then maybe the first place we mention the website
Okay,
would be a good place to,
okay, so do that, Rob. Okay.
did somebody already say everything that's on the website, just posted board, posted agenda on the website, posted board packet on the website?
Mhm.
There's a link to the YouTube page, correct?
Mhm. So live stream meetings, link on website.
Live stream meeting, yeah, link on website, same for the YouTube page, and then pass, all these documents, I think replace online with on website,
Mhm.
just so it's all,
As opposed to repeating it over and over, do you want us to put it up above? Communication,
Uh,
school board information, include multiple channels to keep you updated on important matters. Primarily, the primary source or place to go would be the school board website and put it there.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's good.
however it's.
Yeah.
As opposed to
Yes.
saying it.
Yeah, because
Right,
that
right,
was,
yeah, I
because he
agree,
did such
yep.
a nice job formatting it with those bullet points, so then we do have room on that sentence where he has the colon, we can extend that sentence, there's like a lot of room there. Okay,
I have one other question. Do we need to mention that, emails are not responded to because we can't speak on behalf of the board?
okay.
Or that there's an auto response? I think the auto response says something to that too. but-
You're right. All the emails are sent
Just
to
so
the
that people
board,
aren't
and
expecting
email
to get a
addresses are
response.
received and read by the board members. Well, emails are not read.
I think the auto response acknowledges the receipt of the email.
Right,
But I just don't want people to be misled that they're going to get a response by sending an email, but
Right.
we need to say that it's discussed at the meeting.
doesn't it say that on the auto response? That this email will be
I
discussed?
think so, I don't remember.
Yeah, it does. I think it says it on the auto response. Although if there's something simple, like sometimes people write to us about something that really isn't a board matter, I will tell Rob, why don't you respond to this? So, or if it's something like, is there a board meeting tonight? Things like that, Rob will respond. We try not to get the board involved with the email communication back and forth because one person cannot speak for the entire board unless the board gives them that authority.
Right,
So that's why we do it the way we do.
that's per law,
Yes.
that's not just our decision, we
Right.
have no authority as individual members of the school board.
Yes. And even as the chair, you're the spokesperson, but when it comes to that email communication, some of those things are opinions. And it's not necessarily the group thought, which we need to do. Okay. Is there anything else?
I think it's really good.
I'm so glad. I'm just hoping that this really helps to get the information out there about the website, about all the communication that we have. And I can tell you by looking, because being on the board for a long time, I look at other school boards' websites a lot. And we are one of the most transparent schools around. People do not always have their packets on, and minutes are, some people, the minutes are so back, you know, like you're looking at, you're trying to find minutes that are recent and you're looking at like 6 months ago.
And that's changed a lot because I can say when I was not on the board, I remember sending a lot of right to know requests to the superintendent at the time to request things. So-
And we weren't, because the packets weren't on the board. Right. Yes, the packets were not on the board. That's relatively, well, Rob really, I think, revamped the website and got the packets on the board and, I mean, on the website. And then he got all of those back minutes.
Yeah.
And district meeting minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, we have everything now on there.
In,
We skipped a couple decades. We got the 50s and we got the 90s to the present, but we got the 60s, 70s, and 80s to go, and it's probably a summer project. So we did a lot of the last batch.
So, okay, if people are happy with the changes, that, you know, adding the couple of things about the website, having our email address on there, I was hoping to be able to have copies of this also available at the district meeting to coincide with the little video we're gonna be putting up at the beginning of the meeting while people are registering and taking their seats. Is that okay with people? And then
I
we
like
can
that
post
idea.
it, we can also post it on our page, but, okay, all right. All right, so, we have that. Okay. All right, where's the next thing we
It's
have?
the manifest. So the manifest is out there. Any questions?
Good.
It was good? Yes, it was good. Yeah.
As I had said before, this was a combined effort, but at least 90% of it is April, so I'm impressed with her pulling this off in such short order, so kudos to April on that.
Thank you, April.
The cap fund statements are included as well, both the persons with disability as well as the IMB. That's just the most recent statement from the month of February. Any questions on that? All right, resignations, new hires. I'm gonna have you start with this, Debbie, if you don't mind. We had a contract that didn't have your signature, if you could sign. She's been working here all year, she's good. So,
Rob, would these action items also be a good place for that Co-Brown student
yeah,
request?
that makes sense, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with, hold on, put the resignation down here. All right, so we have one resignation. The resignation is for Linda Maurer. She was our Title I reading paraprofessional, and she is resigning her position, as you learned, and I'm just looking for the board to accept that resignation.
Okay, good motion.
I move we accept the resignation of Linda Maurer from the position of Title I reading, was it tutor?
Paraprofessional.
Paraprofessional.
Okay, do we have a second?
I will second.
Discussion? Okay, and we want to wish her well, and we thank her for her service. All right. Katrina,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Jess?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
And Debbie, yes. Alrighty.
All right, the next is a new hire, William White. He likes to be called Will. Is coming aboard. He's already been working for us as a substitute custodian. The Friday before vacation, he overlapped with the outgoing person, and they were able to do a lot of work there, as well as our night and day facilities folks have been working with him the last couple of days, and he is working out beautifully. Hard worker, very pleasant personality. Just it's been a great experience so far, and I'm looking for the board to make that a hopefully permanent relationship, or at least a long-term relationship. So we'll be starting at $17.50 an hour, which is the standard that we're doing this year. So that's actually in line with that. As it's part-time, you see a lot of blank spaces on the form because we don't have the benefits or the time offs and all that sort of thing.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Can I just ask a question first?
Sure.
On the hours per day, do you want that in there that specific, Rob, or I know sometimes with that, we like to keep it as.
What he used to say was like 4 or 5. Now what we do is we do the max that you can do as a part-timer. So it says up to 6.
Okay,
Yep.
that is the max, all right.
And then up to 30 a week. We don't go beyond 30 for part-timers.
I got you. I
And
just
that
wanted
gives
to
us,
make sure
gives us the
we,
flexibility,
Yeah.
but at the same time, we don't, we're not worrying about violating something.
right, I wanted maximum flexibility there. All right, so I move we accept the nomination of William White for the position of part-time custodian up to 30 hours a week, up to 6 hours a day, 260 days a year at a rate of $17.50 per hour from the local operating budget.
Okay, do we have a second?
I will second.
Discussion? Did you say he's going to start tomorrow?
He'll start as a part-timer tomorrow. Today, he was already here as a sub.
Okay. Alrighty, Katrina,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Jess,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
and Debbie, yes. Alright, so I'm gonna sign his contract.
Yep.
17, 30 hours a week.
All right, next is 2 facility use forms. One came in the packet, the other one arrived in my hands since the packet went out, and it's kind of a rush. So we apologize for the short notice, but the PTO really wants it to be considered. So just to go through them one at a time, we have the bake sale that is being by the playground committee. They'd like to do it both this Saturday as well as next Saturday, so at the 2 annual meetings. And you can, do the rest of it yourself. So, any questions?
I think that is a great idea. It's great PR for them, to really be able to get the word out about the playground fund and fundraising.
Yep, I've been to 2 of their playground committee meetings, and they're doing good stuff. They're hardworking volunteers trying to make the community be a better place, and I think we should all be thankful for them and the work they're doing.
Good. All right, do we want, do we have a motion to approve the facility request?
Yep, so I move we approve the facility request for the bake sale from the playground committee at the school district meeting and town meeting these next coming Saturdays, the 8th and the 15th of March. And no, I'll do that one separately. As presented in the form here.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Discussion?
There's no fees associated with this. They're just setting up in the hallway to sell baked goods, all that good stuff.
I think that's a great idea. I'm surprised people didn't do this before, because people come in the morning, they'd like to have something, even have coffee, muffin or something.
I think 8th graders have done it in the past.
feel like
I've bought a cup of coffee, I've definitely bought a cup of coffee. But I think it was at this meeting, I'm not sure.
Good. Alrighty. Katrina,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Jess,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
and Debbie, yes. Alrighty. Do
The
you have
one that wasn't in the packet was the Booster-thon fund run for the PTO. Date requested is March 20th, which was Thursday, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
So I move we accept the facilities use request for the Booster-thon fun run. The PTO will be putting on March 20th from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay, do we have a second?
I will second.
Discussion?
Again, all fees will be waived, as this is a fundraiser for the school community.
Great. So what would happen if it rains? Do they have a rain date, or do they go forward even if it's?
Not sure.
This,
That
I think it's
wasn't listed.
indoor.
this one, they
Oh, this
switched
one
it
is-
to indoors
they are
this year,
doing
yeah, they're
indoor.
doing it in the gym.
It's like a glow run, I think I read.
Okay, all right. I remember last year was outside. Okay, so Katrina.
Yes.
Eric.
Yes.
Jess.
Yes.
Kyle.
Yes.
And Debbie, yes. So that'll be a fun day.
So there's an unexpected letter C here. We did, since the packet went out as well, receive a request for a student to attend Co-Brown. As it was discussed in non-public, my recommendation is to approve this as presented.
I move
Yes.
we approve the parent request for the student as discussed in non-public to attend Co-Brown.
Okay, do we have a second?
I will second.
Discussion?
That's for the 25-26 school year.
Okay, great. All right, Katrina,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Jess. Yes. Kyle.
Yes.
Debbie, yes. Okay, I'm gonna sign now, student placement form.
Okay. Next is, let's see here. The ongoing task list. As you can see, we were able to get that down a lot in the last month. It's a lot shorter, but we still have quite a few things going on here. The only thing that was checked off the list since the last time that was on it was the 5-gallon water jugs. Katrina, I think you were the one that had asked for more clarification, and I put that right into the superintendent's report. So let me just turn to that real quick, because I don't remember the number off the top of my head. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Potable water update from July 1st, 2024 until present. We have ordered 110 5-gallon jugs of water. And the last time I was here, I gave you the prices.
Okay. Thank you very
And
much.
that includes the most recent purchase of 22 jugs, which will take us, I mean, it was just came in, so that should take us for a bit into the future here. All right, so that was that part. Any other questions about the ongoing?
Did the, and I forget, and I apologize, the defibrillator, the AED outside, did that get put in there?
No, it just this week is getting warm, so we had talked about waiting until things thaw,
That's
but
right.
it'll be up before the spring season begins. I'll put that on here. Is it on here?
I don't think it's been on here.
Okay, I'll add it.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, what's next?
Next is the student enrollment report. As you look at that, you'll see that we went down another student. And anyway, the report speaks for itself. 552, including high school. All right, next. A CBNA high school, National Honor Society student had written us asking if, well, the following. Hello, I hope you're doing well. My name is Jennifer Noni, and I am a senior at Co-Brown Northwood Academy. I am a part of the National Honor Society, and this winter we are partnering up with the Richie McFarland's Children's Center in Stratham to organize a winter gear drive of coats, gloves, hats, etc. This drive is for infants and toddlers, sizes infant to 5T, who are at this center and do not have adequate winter clothing to wear. The Children's Center works with Waypoint, New Hampshire, and services children 0 to 3 who have developmental disabilities, physical and cognitive, and would love Strafford's help. Would you please consider letting us put a donation box at your school to collect these items and encourage your student population to take part in this drive? I've attached a flyer template as well that you can use to notify parents. The drive will start March 7th, and we are hoping to have the boxes in place in around 2 weeks. Please reply to this email to let me know. The reason I put this on the agenda was because I don't have past practice here of this. And I would have normally approved something like this, but I wanted to make sure there wasn't some sort of issue that I was not aware of. So once again, just trying to avoid landmines.
This is a Co-Brown student.
It's a Co-Brown
and this is
student,
their
National Honor
senior project?
Society, and it's their project, yeah.
Okay, and does anybody have any issues with allowing this to go forward?
And just for my clarity in the future, would this need to come before you again, or would I just be okay to allow something like this? I mean, it's kind of low impact, it's not costing anybody anything, it's voluntary, something of that nature,
Yeah, I think
okay?
like nonprofit items,
Right.
charity items like this.
Yeah.
Would you want to be
Non-profit.
notified or just do?
I think it's good to be notified, just
Okay.
because this is very benign.
Yep.
Collecting
Mhm.
hats and coats for people, but if it was something that was a little bit like you were, I
Okay.
think that should come to the board.
So we'll
Use your
make sure it's
discretion.
informed, but I can definitely, that's
Right.
what I wanted to make sure is there was some
Yes.
discretion allowed here.
Right.
All right, perfect. Technology director update. Our IT director has returned to his full-time in-person status. He had done so about a week later than we had originally hoped. But that was due to a last-minute change in the plan. But he is back. He's working amazingly well. As I had mentioned earlier, a lot of stuff was done in the last 10 days that has dramatically improved the status of our network. The backbone, the server has been replaced, so that thing that we were constantly worrying could fall apart at any minute, no longer a worry. It seems to be going well. New copiers are in place. Not all the printers are. There was something with a part that had to be delivered, but many of the printers are in place and more will be in place in the week ahead or so. So once again, IT is back and at full operation. The ARM grant agreement is currently under review. So at the last meeting, you folks approved the, goodness, I can't remember what it's called, but the document that we had to approve, that was sent to them. They were thankful for that. We have 30 days to assign the ARM grant agreement. So that was sent to me, I want to say last week. I then forwarded it on to the chair as well as to the engineers. And the engineers did provide some feedback, and I have a meeting tomorrow with the ARM grant folks to discuss those suggested changes. They're fairly minor, but I think it's for clarity purposes that those changes are recommended. And my hope is that that won't be an issue, and if it isn't, then we should be signing this document by Friday and sending it off well within the 30-day window that we had, and well in advance of the March 12th that we had been shooting for originally.
That's perfect. Great.
I think that's it for me.
So we have our budget, our annual meeting, our annual district meeting on Saturday. So normally you try to get there, it starts at 9, so we try to get there like between at least 20 minutes early, just to look things over, have everything organized. I'm gonna ask you, I have a little list. We just need a typed list for the moderator of the people at the table, like their names and positions, because he has to introduce everyone, moderator does. And just for you to register, to get your cards to vote as well. And we're just gonna follow the same procedure we did with the budget hearing, right? So, except we're not gonna talk about the dam, but we'll start with the budget. I'm gonna do the same summary I did with some of the things that we have included in the budget, such as to improve math and behavior, some of our goals that we created. And then next will be Katrina. You're gonna introduce and you'll talk to the it's warrant article 3, I believe, right? That's for the students with disabilities. And then warrant article 4, you two are gonna do your presentation, correct? Okay.
Yep, just like the budget here.
Okay, so the budget hearing basically is like our dry run, so we're basically
Don't
just
we
gonna go
usually
through.
figure out, because then we have to like move it and then do a second?
Thank you, yes. So if we want to do that, just to be organized, if you look at in your
Yeah.
booklet, yeah.
One more piece, move, second, vote, secure the vote, and don't have a pause between. Somebody has to be Johnny on the spot with, Mr. Moderator, I hereby make a motion to secure the vote, and that way it doesn't feel like it did last year, which is that
Yeah.
somebody got cut off.
Yes,
we
okay,
don't
so,
want that.
and what Rob is talking about, just for people at home, is last year we had an issue, the motion was not made, after the budget warrant article was approved, a motion wasn't made fast enough to, a motion to not reconsider that vote again. And we were on, I think, the window warrant article, or maybe beyond that.
Yeah.
And the attorney sent me a note and said, make a motion now to not reconsider. And so apparently what happened, I didn't know what was going on until after the meeting. I was told, I made the motion, lots of people seconded it because they were aware. People who've been going to meetings for a long time realize that's like what you do. Because if you don't, as people dwindle and the number of people leave, someone can change your budget. And so we want the majority of people who are there to have their vote count. So that's why you do the motion to not reconsider. But, people took offense, thought that it was a personal thing, they'd already been in line, but it was really just to protect the vote that had already been taken as asked by the attorney. So, okay, so let's look now. Article 2, I will move it. Who will second Article 2? You want to second it?
Sure.
Okay. All right, Kyle will second Article 2. All right, so Article 3, the capital reserve, persons with disability. Katrina, you're going to move that. And who would like to second that?
I can second.
Okay, Jess. All right. Okay. Article 4, the capital reserve. Who would like to move the question? Eric?
I'll move that, yep.
And then Jess, you want a second?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So we didn't used to have a board member do the motion not to reconsider, because usually people in the audience knew that and they would immediately do it. However, if at this point, for the operating budget, would someone like to make a motion after the vote is taken to not reconsider the motion? I can do it again, or you wanna do it?
Yeah, I don't mind doing it. I guess I will, before the meeting starts, make sure I have the proper language. from
Okay.
our-
I'll make a motion
whoever's
to,
there for
yeah,
the
okay,
attorney.
yeah.
But
all right, you wanna move it,
get the napkin
and I'll second it.
motion before
Okay,
the
yeah.
meeting starts.
Okay, the other motions, if you want to, we can do that too, but those really, we can, I don't even remember voting to not reconsider those motions because they're so small, but we can.
Yeah, I don't think there's any.
I
The
think
only
that
way
we,
you would want to is if there's something controversial came up. So in other words, you guys are talking about adding 50,000 this year versus 25,000.
if they got
You get that vote or something that makes, you might want to secure the vote just so that what happened doesn't happen again, like somebody just
Yeah.
walks up.
It might
"There's all
be
these
good
people
just to be
gonna
consistent, I
Yeah.
think, for each one.
Okay,
I think we should,
all right,
yeah.
let's
It takes
just
2
do,
seconds.
let's just do it all for all of them then. Okay, for the persons with disabilities, who would like to make a motion for that one, not to reconsider?
Katrina, you just want to do it 3 times?
Oh, why don't we let Kyle do something?
Oh.
Kyle, do you wanna make a motion? All right, let's do it. All right, Kyle, you'll make the motion, and then, Eric, you want a second?
Sure.
Okay, I was trying to spread out the wealth here.
Who's seconding mine? I didn't write it down.
I am.
Okay.
Okay, you're doing number 3. You're making the motion for number 3.
Oh, I'm making the motion
You're for the non-reconsideration.
Motion to not reconsider. We'll
Yeah.
get the
So
language.
Bob, you're saying secure the vote, is that?
I will send you I will find and send you all the correct language so that you don't have to think about it.
Thank you.
But in my previous experience, we always just said I make a motion to secure the vote. And the moderator would explain to everybody the first time what that means. Somebody would second it and they would move on. So
That's not what we've always used,
Yeah,
make a motion to not
I will,
reconsider.
I will get you the correct language.
Okay,
I will ask,
And then
I will ask our attorney. to
the
send
last
it to
one
you.
is.
okay, so the last
Wanna do
one,
the last one?
okay. Do you wanna do the last one? Motion to not reconsider? Okay, and then who needs to do a second?
I can second that
Okay,
one if someone
Eric.
else needs to.
Okay, Eric. Okay? All right, so that's organized. So I'm just gonna right now, I had a draft written out as a reminder for Rob as far as copies and things, what we need. Let me just find my, let's see. There's a little thing to help you know what we need to do. Where are my drafts? Drafts. Okay. All right, so it would be the list of names typed out and their positions for Kurt. And then 100 pages of the board statement on the dam. We still want to hand those out there. I'm not 100 pages, 100 copies. And then 100 copies of that statement, the letter we just wrote about communication. And then we'll have the website tutorial. And if, I don't know, sometimes they also, the school has something they want to put up there, like photos of kids or something. So that's up to them if they have, besides our little tutorial, that's only going to take, I don't know, 5 minutes if they want to like.
It might be too late to get
Yeah,
that.
okay, whatever.
I'm saying.
I just
can check.
want, sometimes that they do with it, I don't want to take that away
So
from
you want that slideshow, but are you doing a PowerPoint?
So we're gonna do the same PowerPoint we did at the budget hearing.
them. Okay, yes.
So you're gonna have the facilities PowerPoint and you're gonna have what PowerPoint?
I'm not doing a
Oh,
PowerPoint.
the presentation.
Yeah, you're
okay,
gonna have,
The video
in
presentation.
the
I gotcha.
beginning of the meeting, that presentation could be there, and that could actually go in a loop. We could play it a couple of times as people are walking in. Because I don't think it's gonna take too long, if Rob's doing it himself, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
It's gonna be quick.
Yeah, so, we have that, and then usually, because sometimes people start coming, 20 minutes early, 15 minutes early, so we have things for them to see and read.
And the capital reserve one is still on the drive in the facilities committee folder. We haven't changed it since the budget.
I think it's also on the website, so, but one way or the other, we'll make sure you have that
We
ready
haven't
to go.
changed it since.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that we should just play Rob's video once if that's your thoughts at when the meeting starts.
When it starts or before people are registering?
I don't know if people, it's always loud in there, people are talking. I don't think having that on
So,
repeat
but
is.
if we do it when people are, when we start the meeting, then we have to do, I mean, Kurt will start the meeting with his rules. He'll introduce the people at the table, and then he'll go right to the warrant articles. So
It was no different than last year. We did a presentation on the board's goals and something like that.
Okay,
And so we let him know the board would like to just play a brief video.
Okay, so we'll do it that way.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
that's
think.
fine.
And then if they do have just some sort of slideshow, if they just want to show what's been going on at the school, if they do, just kind of rotating pictures up while everyone's checking in.
Okay.
Emily might pull something together fast. She's really good at stuff like
Yeah.
that.
If there's a filler needed, I think this painting would be really cool to be, the painting that,
holding.
that would be a cool filler
Nice.
back, screensaver, whatever, if we need one.
Okay, so then we're going to start with, I'll talk to Kurt about that we're going to start with a brief video presentation about the communication, and you have also a handout that has some other information about that. Okay, we'll just add that to the beginning. Perfect. All right, so we're good?
Can I recap what you just said, because we wandered around it? So a list of names and positions typed for the moderator.
Yep.
100 board statements on the dam, 100 board statements on communication. I'll have 200 reports there, they're in the office right now. The slideshow, if we can pull one together on a loop, if not, whether we can or not, that painting being somehow in the background.
Mhm.
And then a video presentation at the start of the meeting, so after he calls it to order, we'll then say we got a brief slide, so blah, 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 there we go. And then the facilities PowerPoint ready for when they do their presentation.
Okay,
Is that
great.
everything?
Yes, do you think 100 copies is enough of the things what do you think?
For,
How many people do we have last year?
130-ish, 120.
Went to 125 copies? I don't
for
want.
our statement,
We have two things. We have the dam statement, and then we also have,
Up to 130.
okay, I think that's good. So then people aren't feeling they didn't get something.
The reports can be used at both meetings. That's why we're going to really encourage everybody to make sure they take them. I have extras, and so we should be good there. Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right, correspondence. We did get this letter from, I had it opened, from Mary Alice Fisher. And Mary Alice wanted to know why, if our budget is over $13 million, but we're receiving $3 million from adequacy money, why are we asking for the town to fund 13 million? Well, we're not. So, Mary Alice, when you get the booklet, you will see on page 119, actually it's on our website, you can go there too. On page 119 in the booklet, it will show you, the first number is what our total budget is. After that comes our revenue and our credits. And then we also have the adequacy money, which is actually $2 million, 158,000, and then we also have the statewide property tax, which is another $1 million. So the total school appropriations, or the tax rate, is based on $9,837,393. So that can be found on our website as well. Yeah. Okay, it's a good question. But there you go. Any other communication?
No.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Okay, now we have community calendar. Did you guys do anything?
oh yeah, that dam statement went out the 15th of February, so we will do one again. When is the reorg meeting?
Not till that meeting, and I think, is it like the 26th or something?
Give it for just a sec. Oh, actually, it's on this. I'm sorry. I just remember that.
I think it's the
We have all-
26th.
March 26th, yep.
So if you wanted to, we could just take the letter we just wrote about communication with the website
Yeah,
information.
that sounds really good.
Okay?
Yep.
Get that out there as much as we can. Okay. Anything else? No. All right. Committees, policy committee.
No, we need to get some things scheduled.
Okay, facilities,
We need to schedule one survey result, right?
Yeah, we haven't got those yet. We'll schedule one soon.
okay. Food service, we haven't had one. But we're really doing pretty well, I think. Maybe toward the end of the year.
Yeah, end of school year, I think would be good.
How about education committee? Anything going on with the education committee?
No, and I actually talked to another committee member too. They had reached out to make sure that I
She told me.
yes that we haven't missed anything. There's several job postings right now, and so I
Yeah.
assume that there'll be interviews
Interviewing,
coming. but-
yeah. And wellness committee, no, that is in April. I think that's an April committee meeting. Transportation committee, nothing. Athletic committee, we did meet. We had a great meeting. We had a really good meeting. We were best friends. Anyway.
I'm glad.
Anyway, we discussed the winter athletics, and then we also discussed the spring athletics. We are hoping to get a few more boys out for baseball. Girls, we have a lot of kids signed up. They have some, of course, we have Audrey for coaching softball, and boys, we have some good candidates. So,
Good.
Yeah, so I think that should work out well. And we also went through the surveys for the winter surveys. We reviewed those too. Okay. All right, New Hampshire delegate, we don't have to do that right now. Okay, set future board meetings. Well, obviously the 8th, we have our big annual meeting. 26th is the reorg. Do we have any other?
Oh, I just I did like a test email to see what the automated response was. So it just says, thank you for contacting the Strafford School Board. Your message has been received and is very important to us. Discussion of your email will take place at the next school board meeting. For more information on our electronic communications policy, please visit, and then there's a link to it. And then it also gives a link to the district page.
Oh, good.
And lists the information that can be found on the district page.
It does. Very good.
So, did you discuss the communication? We just got an invite to participate in the CBNA portfolio process.
Oh, okay, right.
That came in Friday,
Oh,
so
right.
that was,
So that went to the board, I'm sorry.
Yes.
It went to everybody, so I didn't
Yes.
realize it was to the board as well.
Yes, I didn't realize it was, for some reason I thought it was just people who had done it before. Okay. So that's a great experience if you haven't done it before. I think it's a little different than what they used to do, where they did it in person, everything was in person, and you had hard copies. Now I think it's,
You get
You
their,
get
you
electronic
get an
copies,
electronic copy to review, and then you go in person for the presentation and to ask questions, and then there's like an online form that you fill out to grade them.
okay. So, little changes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
one of
It
these
is-
years I'll do it.
Yeah, it is great to see the kids do it.
And then they
Yeah.
need a lot of community members for it to put it on, because for
Right.
each presentation, there's 3 community members in
Right.
there, and you usually get like 3 presentations, so,
Mhm.
they need a lot of people, so.
Great. Okay, and it's also good for you people who are gonna have kids going, well, I would know too, but I've done this before, to see what it's like to prepare your own child, you know?
Some of
I
us
just
have
remember mine.
been through it
I think
ourselves.
the 3 of us have-
I can still remember.
Oh, yes, it's like, okay, smile and talk slowly and get dressed up nicely.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty, public comment? No, we've had no other visitors today. So we do have to do a non-public again. And so we're gonna have to do, we didn't finish it.
So you're going in under C.
Yeah, yep, so we need a motion under C.
So we'll go in under C, and then we're just gonna come out, we'll end the video
Yes, the
now.
meeting, we will have no votes after that and no other discussion. We will just end the meeting. So we're gonna end the video now. Thank you, everyone. I hope that you come to the district meeting on Saturday. Thank you.
I move we go into non-public under RSA 91A32C at 8:07.
Okay, do we have a second?
I will second.
Discussion? No. Okay, Eric,
Yes.
Jess, Katrina, Kyle,
Yes.
and Debbie, yes. Okay, we're going into non-public again.
Do you need me to stay?
No, go home,
Okay,
go
can
home.
you, somebody tell me the end time? Just
Okay.
shoot me an email or
Yes.
text